Good evening. How are you? Hello. Keep joining. Keep joining. Tuendelee kuingia class. I hope you are well. Tuendelee kujoin. Tuendelee kujoin class. Tuendelee kujoin. Let's continue joining. Tuendelee kujoin. Today we will be running on linear inequalities. That is what we will be doing today. Linear inequalities. Linear inequalities is a topic in Form 2. It is a topic in Form 2. Linear inequality is a topic in Form 2. And in this particular topic, we will give ourselves more on solution of simple inequalities. So we will give ourselves on solutions of simple inequalities. Solution of simple inequalities. We also give ourselves into compound inequalities. Compound inequalities. Compound inequalities. And we also give ourselves into simultaneous inequalities. Simultaneous inequalities. Simultaneous inequalities. So I hope you are still joining. So we will start with solutions of simple inequalities. We will start with solution of simple inequalities. If you are in, you can comment that you are in. If you have already joined, kindly comment that you have already joined the class so that we can kick start. I can see we only have 2 people on board. Tell the rest to keep on joining. Tell them to keep joining, keep joining, keep joining, keep joining, so that we can start. So tutaanza na solutions of simple inequalities. So kama tumeingia, sema mmeingia, so that I'll know we can start. So can we start? Can we start? Niambieni ama tuanze. Probably the rest can join us as we are continuing. So tuendelee. Should we continue? Do we continue? Niambieni hapo kwa comment. Mkiniambia tuanze, tunaanza. Yes. I think also because of the factor of time, we ought to start. So under linear inequalities, tumesema tutaanza na what we call the solutions of simple inequalities. I hope you can recall on this. Try to recall on the following signs. Recall on the following signs. we have a sign like this. This sign means less than. Recall on a sign like this sign means greater than. Recall on a sign like this one means less than, you see this one, or equal to. Less than or equal to. Why less than or equal to? Because we have less than here and we have an equation sign, an equal sign there. Then we have this one will be greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to. So all statements, every statement and everything connected, anything connected to these symbols above, anything connected to the symbols above, is known as an inequality. Is known as inequalities. Inequalities. They are known as inequalities. Anything that is related to less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, is what we call an inequality. So tuendelee. Is known as an inequality. Is known as an inequality. I think I've shared the link to everyone. You can check it out. So we can probably, before getting to solutions of simple inequalities, we can check out on having inequalities on a number line. Having inequalities on a number line. Having inequalities or representation of inequalities on a number line. Representation of inequalities on a number line. So representing inequalities on number line. Representing inequalities on number line. Number lines. We can perhaps try to check that one out. Representing inequalities in a number line. Representing inequalities in a number line. So in this case we can have some few examples. Number one, we can have x is less than 6. Roman 2, we can have x is greater than -3. And Roman 3 is x is greater than or equal to 4. X is greater than or equal to 4. We want to represent this on a number line. So let us have our solution part here. And in our solution part, let us start with the first one, which is x is less than 6. X is less than 6. So when we have x is less than 6, we are going to first draw our number line. And when we draw our number line, we can draw it like that. Our number line ianze hapo 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can even have 7 there. -1, -2, -3. So that is our number line. So talking of x is less than 6, we will come here and circle where 6 is. You can see where 6 is here. So where 6 is, we are going to circle. And once we circle like that, when we talk of x is less than 6, it is anything that is below 6. So we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -3, up to unknown. Unknown, we can say it is infinity. So what we are going to do, we'll just demonstrate it by showing like that. that shows that all this value may represent. We are not specific, but all this value from 5 coming backwards may represent x is less than 6 up to negative end, or what we call infinity. Remember, numbers exist from negative infinity to positive infinity. Infinity means unknown. It can be negative end to negative end. Yes. So that is the representation of x is less than 6. Let us represent the Roman 2. X is greater than negative 3. X is greater than negative 3. We are going to draw a number line. And in our number line, we can have negative 3, negative 4. Or let us even start with negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us have such. So because we have x is greater than negative 3, tutakuja kwa negative 3 tusaku hapo. Na juu tumeambiwa x ni greater than negative 3, it means all values greater than negative 3 can be equivalent to x. So anything above negative 3 kuenda hivyo, it can be equivalent to x. So x can either be negative 2, it can be negative 1, it can be negative, it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to infinity, 100, 2 million, all those can represent x. So that is how we represent numbers on inequalities on a number line. Let us represent our last inequality. Our last inequality is Roman 3. X is less than or equal to 4. So x is less than or equal to 4. So in this one, we will now draw our number line bado, and we can start from anywhere, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can have up to there. But tumeambiwa x is less than or equal to 4. So tutakuja kwa 4 hapa tuchore yako kasaku. But check out here. Because this one is less than or equal to, this circle tutaishade. We are going to shade this circle. We will shade it. We shade that representation. So you shade it. And once you shade it, what happens is that sasa tunaweza onyeshana x is less than or equal to 4. So it means that everything below 4 is equal to x. Hivyo sasa kama the same na hizi zingine, lakini yenye iko na less than or equal to ni shaded. We can add another example, Roman 4. Negative 3 is greater than or equal to 4. Is negative 3 is greater than or equal to y. Tufanye hiyo. So mahali popote unaona less than or equal to, inamaanisha ile ni una shade. So tufanye hii Roman 4. Hii Roman 4 itakuwa negative 3 is greater than or equal to y. So tutachora number line kama kawaida. Tukuje hapa negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tukipata hiyo, tukuje kwa negative 3 hapa. Tunaanza hapo to shade. Tukishade tena tumesema negative 3 is greater than or equal to y. So ni kumaanisha ni kubwa. Nime waste space. Kama ni greater than, so tutaichora aje? ndio inafaa iwe kubwa. So y inafaa ikuwe inaenda hii direction. Inafaa ikuwe inaenda hivyo. Mimi nimechora kubwa, haina shida. Itakuwa inaenda hivi because -3 is the greatest. So zote hizo zingine zinaweza kuwa -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10 kuendelea. Just like that. So that is how we represent inequalities on a number line. That is how we represent inequalities on a number line. On a number line. Let us check out on compound statements. Compound statements. Let's check out on compound statements. Hiyo ni simple statement. Sasa tutafute compound statement. Tumeelewa hiyo? Tumeelewa hiyo? Compound statements on a number line. Tumeelewa hiyo ya kwanza? Kama tumeelewa semeni yes. Nataka tufanye hii ya pili. Compound statements on a Cartesian plane or on a number line. Compound statements on a number line. Tunaweza kuwa na compound statement kama hii. Example 1. 2 is less than 8 is less than or equal to 8. Tunaweza kuwa na kama hiyo. Ama acha nitoe hii 8 niandike hivi. 2 is less than 8 is less than or equal to 8. I hope sote tuko class bado tunafuatilia. Tumeelewa hiyo concept ya kwanza? Tuendelee. So ukiambiwa represent such a compound statement, what you do is that unachoranga number line. Unakuja unaweza anza kulabel, unaona hii ni 2 na hii ni 8, so unaweza anza maybe kwa 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe hata ufikishe 9. Ukifika hapo, what you do here is hello mko okay, tuendelee. So what you do here, tunaanza kwa 2. So hapa kwa 2 tutakuja. Ile sign iko kwa 2 ni less than. So tutasako mara moja. Then tuende kwa 8. 8 pale mwisho, ile sign iko kwa 8 ni less than or equal to. Tutasako na to shade. Tutasako na to shade. Kwa hivyo hiyo inequality iko hapa katikati. Hiyo inequality iko hapo katikati. So values za x ziko hapo katikati. Ziko hapo. Values za x ziko hapa katikati. Values za x ziko hapo katikati. I hope mmeelewa hiyo. So write each of the following pairs. Write each of the following pairs of simple statements as a compound statement. as a compound statement. A ni x is greater than 2 na x is less than 5. B, x is greater than -3, x is greater than 3, hiyo ingine ni x is less than 6. C, x is greater than or equal to 1 and x is less than or equal to 7. So unataka tutafute solution of such. Solution for such. What we are going to do is that in this scenario tunafaa tuicombine hii ikuwe kitu moja kama yenye tumefanya hapo ya kwanza. So tutakuja tuangalie x is greater than 2 na hapa x is less than 5. So tunaweza anza na hii statement. Tukianza na hii statement, you can start anyhow. Unaweza kuja useme hii tunaweza igeuza ikuwe 2 is less than x. Ujue x is greater than 2 ni the same na 2 is less than x. Nayo hii x is less than 5. X is less than 5. Unaweza iandika hivyo. Or tunaweza anza na hii iwe 2 is greater than 2, x is less than 2. Hivyo nayo x is less than 5. So tukiandika hivyo inaweza kuwa 5 is greater than x and x is greater than 2. So both of these are acceptable. Both of them are acceptable. We accept both. Then this one you can be able to represent it on a number line, like how we represented it. You can start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 is there and 5 is there. So you are finding these regions between here. Na unapata hivyo. Haya. I'm back. Nikamvua kidogo, ilikuwa imeanza kunyesha and I take care of something out there. So tuendelee. Na sijui ama mko ndani ama mko wapi. So tuendelee. So this is how we go about the first one. Tufanye ya pili. So ya pili ni x is greater than or equal to 3, x is less than 6. Tunataka kuipanga. So unafaa uangalie ni gani ndogo kabisa, ni hii. So hii tunaweza igeuza ikuwe 3 is less than or equal to 8. Remember 8 is greater than or equal to 3 is the same as 3 is less than or equal to 8. Then the 8 is less than 6. So tukiwa na hiyo ni the same na kusema uchore number line. Hatukuwa tumeambiwa tuchore number line, but ninachora ili to relate. So hapa tunaweza anza na 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So tukuje tuanze kwa 3. 3 itakuwa hapo. Na juu hii ni less than or equal to, tutachora circle alafu tu shade. Nayo hii nyingine ni 6. 6 ni less than. So hatuta shade. So itakuwa hivyo. Itakuwa hivyo. Iko sawa? Simfanye hii ya tatu. Simfanye C. 8 is less than, greater than or equal to 1. Na 8 is less than or equal to 7. Simfanye hiyo ya tatu. Ipangeni, msichore laini, kupanga tu. Kufinya simu less than or equal to inaweza kuwa ngumu sana, naelewa. So tuende tu. Hii ni the same na kusema 1 is less than or equal to 8. Nayo 8 is less than or equal to 7. Tumemaliza. Tumemaliza. Tuende kwa the next thing. The next thing we will be learning about is solution of simple inequalities. Solution of simple inequalities. Solution of simple inequalities. So for solution of simple inequalities, we can have an example here. Solve the inequality. Solve the inequality. And the inequality is 8 minus 1 is greater than 2. 8 minus 1 is greater than 2. So, mimi naambianga wanafunzi usishinde ukiondoa hii ati useme uweke equals sign. Usiweke equals sign. Sawa sawa? Usiweke equals sign. Hivyo iko 8 minus 1 is greater than 2. Chukua hii negative 1 upeleke huko. Kuna mtu atakuuliza swali. Ukipeleka huko utakuwa na 8 is greater than 2 plus 1. So your 8 will be greater than 3. Na umemaliza. Usishinde ukisumbuliwa na mtu ati replace na equals sign. Hakuna haja. Una replace na equals sign, unasahau kurudisha. So haina haja. Example 2. Solve the inequality. Solve the inequality. 8 plus 3 is greater than 8. 8 plus 3 is greater than 8. Hii nayo peleka huko. Ikuwe 8 is less than 8. 8 is 8 minus 3. So 8 is less than 5. Na unamaliza. Hiyo inaisha. Tuende kwa example nyingine. Solve each of the following and represent on a number line. represent on a number line. A 2x plus 4 is greater than 10. So tufanya hii na tu represent kwa number line. Tumesema 2x plus 4 is greater than 10. So utachukua hii upeleke huko, ikuwe minus. Ikuwe 2x is greater than 10 minus 4. 10 minus 4 is 6. So 2x is greater than 6. We divide by 2, we divide by 2. So our x will be greater than 3. Represent that on a number line. If our x is greater than 3, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kuja kwa 3. Haitakuwa shaded juu ni greater than. Then because it is x is greater than 3, itaenda hivyo. Na tumemaliza. That is example 1. Example 2. 3x minus 4 is less than or equal to negative 13. Is less than or equal to negative 13. So take this to the other side. Itakuwa 3x is equals to negative 13 minus plus 4. Juu nikipeleka huko itakuwa positive. Ikikuwa positive itakuwa 3x. No, this one is not equals. It is less than or equal to. Less than or equal to negative 13 plus 4 itakuwa negative 9. Then for us to be left with x, we divide both sides by 3. And we get our x is less than or equal to negative 3. Ukipata hiyo, tuende kwa number line. Tunataka mahali x is less than or equal to negative 3. So negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0. So tukuja kwa negative 3. Tunataka anything less than or equal to negative 3. Na tu shade. Mbona tumeshade? Tumeshade kwa sababu hii ni less than or equal to. So tunataka anything less than negative 3 zitakuja hivi. Na tunamaliza. Inaisha hivyo. Tuendelee. The next one, let us do quite a different one. Solve hata hii. Tuna solve hii. Minus 3x minus 4 is greater than 2. Is greater than or equal to 2. Is greater than or equal to 2. Nataka tufanye hiyo. Is greater than or equal to 2. So this one tutapeleka hii the other side. Minus 3x is greater than or equal to 2. Hii kienda huko itakuwa plus 4. So itakuwa minus 3x is greater than or equal to 6. And juu tunataka kubaki na x hapa, tutakuja to divide both side na negative 3 na negative 3. Tukidivide both side na negative 3, wakati umedivide na negative, hebu sikiliza, when you divide with a negative, coefficient, when you divide with a negative coefficient, the sign changes. So utabaki na x. Ukidivide hapa na negative, sign yako ina change. Inakuwa opposite of this, inakuwa less than or equal to. 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. I hope umeelewa hiyo. Anytime you divide with a negative coefficient, your symbol automatically changes to its opposite. Your symbol automatically changes to its opposite. Haya, so tukuje kwa number line. Number line iko hapo. Negative 2 iko hapa. Tunataka values za negative 2 is less than or equal, x is less than or equal to negative 2. Kwa hivyo tunaweza kuja hapa negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. So tutakuja hapa kwa negative 2. Na juu sign ni less than or equal to, tuna circle na tuna shade. Tuna circle na tuna shade. Alafu tunataka mahali x ni less than or equal to negative 2. Kwa hivyo tunataka hizi. Hizo ndizo tunataka. This is what we are interested in. This one. I hope mumeelewa hiyo. I hope mumeelewa hiyo. Si kama mumeelewa mseme hapo kwa comment section mumeelewa. Yes. When you divide with a negative coefficient, the sign changes to its opposite. Semeni hapo kwa comment mseme mumeelewa ili tuende the next thing. Siwezi proceed kama mjaniambia mumeelewa ama mjaelewa. Hamcomment. Hamsemi jambo. Tuendelee. Sasa tuko na swali hapa. Solve each of the following simultaneous inequalities and illustrate your answers on a number line. On a number line. A plus 3 is greater than 5. X minus 4 is less than 4. We have these two. Simultaneous inequalities in which we are supposed to solve both of them and represent it on a number line. So tutaanza na ya kwanza. 3 is greater than 5. So we will take this to the other side. Tukuwe na x is greater than 5 minus 3 in which x is greater than 2. Hiyo inatupatia ya kwanza. You can even circle it or box it. Alafu tuchukue ya pili, x minus 4 is less than 4. Tupeleke hii huko, tubaki na x is less than 4 plus 4. So x is less than 8. Hiyo nayo itupatie ya pili. Tukipata hiyo, combine hizi mbili pamoja. Ucombine x is greater than 2 na ucombine x is less than 8. Tulisema ukicombine tunaweza anza na hii. This one is the same as 2 is less than x. Nayo hii x is less than 8. Na venye tumeishikanisha. So tukiishikanisha hivyo, chora number line 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Hapo na hapo. Na iko hapo katikati. So acha niongeze ink kwa pen. So we are done with the first one. Let's do the second one. The second one, this is quite a different one. 6x minus 13 is less than or equal to 17 is less than 8x minus 7. Tuko na ingine kama hiyo. So kwa hii, how do we go about this? Unaona hii ni compound. Iko na tatu, 1, ya pili, ya tatu. So huwa tunachukua za kwanza mbili. 6x minus 13 is less than or equal to 17. Tunachukua mpaka hapo. Tukichukua mpaka hapo, kwanza tuna solve. 6x minus 13 is less than or equal to 17. Una solve hiyo kwanza. Ukisolve hii kwanza, si itaenda the other side. So itakuwa 6x is less than or equal to 17 plus 13. And 17 plus 13 is 30. Tukipata 30, we divide both side by 6. Tunapata x c equals is less than or equal to 5. Unapata ya kwanza. Ukipata ya kwanza, ya pili tunasolve aje? Si tulichukua ya kwanza na ya pili, so hii tunachukua za mwisho mbili. So tutachukua hiyo na hiyo. Tukichukua hizo mbili, so tutachukua 17 is less than 8x minus 7. 17 is equal to is less than 8x minus 7. So hapa tunaweza leta hii this side, tukue na 17 plus 7 is less than 8x. Is less than 8x. So 17 plus 7 itakuwa 24 is less than 8x. Na juu tunataka kubaki na 8 hapa, tuta divide both side by 8. Both side by 8. Tutapata x is less than 24 divided by 8 itakuwa 3. Hiyo nayo itatupatia Roman 2. Ikitupatia Roman 2, what will happen is J. Morgan, this is Form 2 Mathematics, and at the same time it is Grade 9 Mathematics. I know that sounds confusing. This for high schoolers, for the 844 curriculum, it is Form 2. But for CBE or CBC, it is grade 9. So what we are doing is grade 9 based on CBE. But based on 844, it is a Form 2 topic. I hope I have answered. So once we get x, 3 is less than or equal to x, what we are going to do now, we combine both of them. So tunaweza anza na hii ndogo, 3 is less than or equal to x. Nayo hapa x is greater than or equal to, is less than or equal to 5. So tumeiweka hiyo yote. So can you be able to represent that on a number line? Try representing that on a number line. I know you can represent this one on a number line. I won't need to do that work. Sitashinda nikifanya hiyo. Tufanye ya mwisho kama hiyo. Ya mwisho kama hiyo. Tuko na mbili hapa. Tuko na moja. Nyingine hapa. Part B, example B. Tuchole hii x over 3 plus 2 over 3 is less than 2. Negative half x plus 1 is less than 2. So we have such. We can do that one. If you have not subscribed, ensure you subscribe to Top Grade Academy. If you are in need of my private tutorial activities, my number is just here, 0725 0742 090825, or for the sake of those who are overseas, it is +2547420900825. That is my contact. You can be able to get me through that contact. You can text via WhatsApp. You can send the email. The email is just under the description button. You can get the email there, topgradeacademyke@gmail.com, so that we can be able to address these challenges and come up with the best solution needed. So let's proceed. We have this. So tutaanza tu na ya kwanza, x plus x over 3 plus 2 over 3 is less than 2. Tutapeleka hii huko, like terms zikae pamoja, tubaki na x over 3 is less than 2 minus 2 over 3. So when we have this, we now proceed to 2 minus 2 over 3. What is 2 minus 2 thirds? 2 minus 2 thirds utapata nini? 2 minus 2 over 3. I think you are going to get 1 and a third. You'll get 1 and a third. Sindio? Once you get 1 and a third, because a third plus 2 thirds is 2. A third plus 2 thirds is 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So once you have that, we are going to have x over 3 is less than, we can write this one as an improper fraction. So 1 times 3 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So it is 4 over 3. When we have that, we'll have x over 3 is less than 4 over 3. And we can multiply by 3 over 1. By 3 over 1. And once we do that, we'll be left with x is less than 4. And that will be our first inequality. 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 So let us solve the second one. The second one we had is negative a half x plus 1 is less than 2. negative a half x plus 1, negative a half x plus 1 is less than 2. So what we are going to do in this particular case, we are going to put the right terms together. We take 1 to the other side and we will have negative a half x is less than 2 minus 1. So negative a half x will be less than 1. And for us to be left with x, we will have to multiply with 2 over negative 1. Anytime you multiply with a negative or divide with a negative, there is something we mentioned, 2 over negative 1. So hiyo itaisha negative na negative. So tutabaki inabadilika, inakuwa greater than. Kama sign ilikuwa less than, itabadilika greater than. After imekuwa greater than, we will now have that as negative 2. That will be our Roman 2. That will be our Roman 2. So once we have that, now we can combine the two inequalities. When we jot them together, we'll start with this one, the smallest. Itakuwa negative 2. Tunaweza igeuza is less than x, while x is less than 4. And by having this, you can represent this on a number line. I've already taught you how to represent it on a number line. I believe you stand a chance to represent it on a number line. So I hope you've understood that. Have you understood? If you have understood, comment and say yes, I have understood. Haya, let's do some questions that were done in KCSE. Let's get to do some questions that were done in KCSE on compound inequalities. Year 1999. Usiseme ni kitambo sana. Find the range of x if 2 is less than or equal to 3 minus x is less than 5. 2 marks. Let's get to do that one. 2 is less than or equal to 3 minus x is less than 5. So let's get to do this one. So tulisema 2 is less than or equal to 3 minus x, ya kwanza inaishia hapa. So tutachukua 2 is less than or equal to 3 minus x. And because we want to be left with x, we will bring this to the other side and have 2 minus 3 is less than or equal to negative x. So 2 minus 3 is negative 1. And negative 1 is less than or equal to negative x. Since we want to be left with x here, we will divide both sides by negative 1. Immediately you divide with a negative, we will be left with 1. The sign will change. Greater than or equal to x. Because this cancels with that. X divided by 1 is x. So we are left with that. I hope umeona imebadilika kwa nini, because we have divided with negative coefficient. Hii nayo ingine tunachukua ya pili kuenda ya mwisho. So ni 3 minus x is less than 5. 3 minus x is less than 5. Hii nayo tuchukue hii tupeleke huko. Tukipeleka huko tutabaki na minus x is less than 5 minus 3. So tukifanya hivyo itakuwa minus x is less than 5 minus 3 is 2. So we will divide both sides by negative 1 by negative 1. When we also divide with a negative, in this case, the sign changes to greater than. So x is greater than negative 2. Hiyo tunashikanisha. Tukishikanisha hiyo, what we are now going to do is that, in this case, we are going now to arrange this in a compound inequality. Because we have been told to find the range of x. So where is the x ranging? It is ranging from negative 2 is less than x. Tukigeuza hii itakuwa negative 2 is less than x. We have not changed the meaning. The sign has changed, but the meaning still maintains. Then x in this case is less than or equal to 1. So the range of x is from negative 2 is less than x is greater than x. So x cannot be negative 2. X can only be negative 1, 0 or 1. That can only be, that is the only range that x can be. It cannot be negative 2. Why not negative 2? Because x is greater than negative 2. And negative 2 is less than x. So haiwezi kuwa inatoshana. That's why tumeanza negative 1, 0. Mbona hapa ikakuwa 1? Because x is either less than or equal to 1. That is what it means. The next question we can do, find all the integral values, bado ni ya KCSE. Find all the integral values of x which satisfy the inequalities. This was done in 2000, 3 months. It was done in the year 2000. 2 into bracket 2 minus x is less than 4x minus 9. Sorry for the interruption. Let's continue. So in this case, what we are going to do is that we will multiply. We will first open the bracket to have 2 times 2 is 4 minus 2x is less than 4x minus 9 is less than x plus 11. Tume open bracket 4. Kalamu inamwaga wino sana. This one is 4. So this one is 4. So what we are going to do, tulisema tuna hold mbili mbili. 4 minus 2x is less than 4x minus 9. So hiyo itaishia hapo. So itakuwa 4 minus 2x is less than 4x minus 9. We put the right terms together. Tulete hii huku, tupeleke hii kule. Tukifanya hivyo, tutapata minus 2x minus 4x is less than, hii ni negative 9, 4 ikienda huko itakuwa minus. Tunaelewana? Yes. So tukifanya hivyo, hii itakuwa minus 2x minus 4x itakuwa minus 6x is less than minus 9 minus 4 is minus 13. Is minus 13. Ikikuwa hivyo, chenye tutafanya hapa ni divide both side by negative 6 by negative 6. Remember we said every time we divide by a negative coefficient ili tubaki na x, sign huwa inabadilika inakuwa greater than. So sign yetu itakuwa greater than 13 over 6. 13 over 6 tukiandika kama mixed number itakuwa 2 whole 1 over 6. Yes. 2 whole 1 over 6. So hiyo ibaki hivyo. Tuende part ya pili. Part ya pili tunachukua hii ya pili kutoka hapa mpaka hapa mwisho. So itakuwa 4x minus 9 is less than x plus 11. So hapa tutaleta like terms pamoja na hii ende huko. So itakuwa 4x minus x is less than 11 plus 9. Tukipata hivyo itakuwa 4x minus x is 3x is less than 11 plus 9 is 20. Tukipata 20 tunataka kubaki na x, so we will divide by 3 by 3. Na tukidivide by 3 we will get our x is less than 20 over 3 is equivalent to, as a mixed number, it will be 6 whole 2 over 3. It will be 6 whole 2 over 3. So if you try to make this an improper fraction, you will get 3 times 6 is 18. 18 plus 2 is equivalent to 20. So you will end up getting x is less than 6 whole 2 over 3. So let us write it now as a compound statement. We can try write it as a compound statement. Tukiamua tuiandike kama compound statement, tutaanza na hii ndogo. So itakuwa 2 whole 1 over 6 is less than x. Ina make sense. Mbona ina make sense? Even if we have written it the other way around, it doesn't change the meaning. So itakuwa 2 whole 1 over 6 is less than x, while x is less than 6 2 over 3. And we are done. But tumeambiwa find all the integral values, hatujamalizia. Ukiambiwa find all the integral values, you are supposed to list all the numbers in between, hapa na hapa. Najua hapa ni less than na hapa ni less than. We can write maybe the integral values are 3, 4 and 5. Hata tuachie hapo. Hizo zimetosha. Usishinde ukibreak into compartments ati una deal na third and two thirds. No. 3, 4, 5 is just enough. So when you are told to write the integral, na tumeambiwa all the integral values, you can start all the way from 2.5, 3.5. But hata hizo ziko sawa. Ziko sawa. So generally that is how we approach those questions. let me give you some questions as part of your assignment so that we can get to the next concept that we are supposed to do this night. So, sikizeni hapa kabla nipeane assignment. I hope you can hear me. I hope you are listening to me. Since we started our sessions, we have done so far we've done vectors, and we finished vectors yesterday, and today we introduced ourselves to linear inequalities. Those are two topics, and because we decided that we are going to start with Form 2 work, so that at least we'll have a thorough revision for paper 1, tomorrow I'm looking up on us doing linear motion. Tomorrow we'll be working out on linear motion, unless we don't finish up on linear inequalities. But tomorrow I want us to start with linear motion, because I've noted with a lot of concern that many students are not okay with linear motion. They are not performing well. But you can drop on the comment section. That is maybe my suggestion. I wanted us to do linear motion. But if you do not want us to do linear motion, you can probably drop on the comment section the topic that you want us to address tomorrow. But I would wish we do linear motion tomorrow, and I believe kila kitu itakuwa poa. Then I taught statistics back in April. So I'm not going to teach that topic again. What I'm going to do, I'm going to recommend you to that video. But if you want me to redo it, I'm willing to redo it. There is no harm. But the video is already in my bio. The video is already in YouTube. I've already uploaded it. It is published online. The whole of statistics 1 in Form 2. Measures of central tendency, finding the mean, the mode, and the median, how to draw the histogram, and how to draw the frequency polygon. It is there. You can follow it. Well explained. We did so many examples. But if you also want me to do it again, you can probably drop that on the comment section. And I would wish you drop it now so that I can start preparing myself if I'm going to redo that topic with you. So kindly drop that in the comment section, or we may probably deliberate after the end of this session. Haya, linear motion tutafanya. So I want us to do, I want to give you some assignment. 2013 paper 1 number 16. Given the inequalities, minus 5 minus 8 is less than or equal to 3x minus 8 is less than 2x minus 3. A, solve the inequalities. Two marks. B, represent the solution on a number line. Represent the solution on a number line. Just a minute. Wacheni niwaandikie maswali kwanza. 2025, paper 1, number 4. Solve -1 is less than or equal to 5 minus 2x over 3 is less than 2x minus 1, giving the answer as a combined inequality. Giving the answer as a combined inequality. 3 marks. 2021, paper 1, number 4. Hebu angalia hapa. Paper 1, number 4. Paper 1, number 4. So can that give you a trend? So So 5 over 3 minus 2x is less than 1 minus 2 over 3x is less than or equal to 2 minus x. Hence, list the integral values that satisfy the inequality. Three marks. Mary Mohammed, 10 marks linear inequality. Okay. Kwa swali la linear inequality hakunanga swali direct la 10 marks. Lakini hiyo part ya graphical ni muhimu sana kujua, because there is a topic in form 4 inaitwa linear programming. Na hiyo topic ya form 4 linear programming itahitaji a lot of knowledge derived from linear inequalities. Na hiyo swali inakujanga kila KCSE, haikosangi kukuja. Kwa hivyo for now what we are also laying foundation on is for linear programming, but nataka tufanye hiyo graphical sahihi. Tukifanya hiyo graphical mtaelewa. I want you to copy those questions.
Hizi ni nguo zako ama za Jose?
Mzangu. Done. Okay, if you are done, let's continue. Okay, I've seen the question that you've just posted kwa WhatsApp ya vector mnataka niifanye. What happened? I gave you that as part of your assignment. What happened? And that question is self-explanatory. What happened? What happened? Then, checking at the time, and nipeeni uamuzi. Decide on that question. Should I first do that? Juu nikifanya hii, tukiendelea the next subtopic ni kubwa na nifanye masaa itapita. So what do you want us to do? Kwanza tufanye hiyo vector, time ikiisha nikielezea hiyo vector iko sawa. Kesho tufanye hiyo graphical part. What are you suggesting? Amweni saa hii mniambie. Let us do that question. Let us do the question. So this was the question. I hope you can all see it. This was the question. And I'm not going to draw to write the question again on the board. I'm just going to draw the structure here. Haya. that was n, that is x, that is m, na tulikuwa tushapewa hii vector ni p, na hii yote kutoka hapa mpaka hapa ni q. So the question was reading OPQ below, in triangle OPQ below, OQ is Q, OQ is Q. Taidi ku waste space, fute hapa tuandike OQ is Q, OP is P, OP is P. Point M lies on OP. You can see point M here. It lies on OP such that OM is to MP is in the ratio of 2:3. And N lies on OQ such that ON is to NQ is in the ratio of 5:1. Line PN, you see PN from P to N intersects line MQ at X. Expressed in terms of P and Q, Roman 1 PN, Roman 1 PN, 1 mark, PN. So where is PN? PN is from P to N. So we will move from P to N to tutaenda PO plus ON. So our PN will be equal to PO plus ON. So PN is equals to PO, kuenda hivi ni positive P. So kurudi hivi itakuwa negative P plus ON. ON, remember, is a fraction of OQ. So it will be 5 over the whole of it is 6 of OQ. Our OQ is Q vector. And we are done with PN. So our PN will be minus P plus 5 over 6Q. We are done. Roman 2, QM. QM, 1 mark. So we are moving from Q to M. We are moving from Q to M. Where is Q? Q is here, M is here. So tunaenda hivi. So from Q to M tutapitia QO plus OM. Tutapitia QO plus OM. So QM yetu itakuwa QO, itakuwa QO plus OM. So our QM will be equivalent to, what is our QO? If OQ is Q, so QO is negative Q plus OM is 2 out of 5. 2 out of the whole of it 5. P. OP is P. So it is 2 out of 5. 2 over 5 OP, and our OP is P. So it will be equal to P. So that is done. So our QM will be equal to minus Q plus 2 over 5 P. So tushapata hizo mbili, tunaweza ziandika pale juu. PN tumepewa ni minus P plus 5 over 6Q. Nayo ya pili QM is equal to minus Q plus 2 over 5 P. Haya, tuende part B. Part B, tunaambiwa given that PX is KPN. Ukiambiwa hivyo, tulisema ukiambiwa hivi una equate zile. So unakuja unasema PX is equals to K. PN yetu ni negative P plus 5 over 6 Q. Kwa hivyo PX yetu itakuwa ukiopen hii itakuwa negative kp plus 5/6 kq. Alafu tunakuja ya pili. Ya pili ni nini? Qx is equals to RQM. So what we are going to do in this case, tutachukua Qx ikue R. QM ni nini? QM yetu tuliipata pale, ilikuwa minus Q plus 2/5 P. So our Qx itakuwa minus R times minus Q itakuwa minus RQ plus 2/5 RP. Hiyo nao tupate hivyo. Tukiwa tuna hizi mbili tunaweza ziandika pale juu tutazihitaji. I think sasa hata hatutahitaji hizi. Sijui ama tutazihitaji, I hope so. Tutazihitaji. So tumepata Px ni minus Kp plus 5/6 Kq, na Qx tumepata ni minus RQ plus 2/5 RP. Swali linasema Roman 1, write two different expressions for OH. Write two different expressions for OH in terms of P, Q, K and R. Hatukupatana na swali kama hili, lakini usisumbuke. Kama ulikuwa umefika hapa ungeendelea tu kutafuta R na K, ungepata tu. Unge express one in term of the other na ungepata tu. Lakini kufikia hapo, wacha tujibu hili swali tu venye liko. So hii ni part B, Roman 1. B Roman 1 tunaambiwa given that Px equals, okay, write two different expressions for OH. Tuandike expression mbili za OH. Na tumeambiwa tuziandike in terms of P, Q, K and R, 2 marks. Kwa hivyo hapa utafanya hivi. This is how you are going to go about this. Tuta express OH. Ili tupate OH tutatumia hizi mbili. So kumaanisha ukitaka OH ya kwanza uende route ambayo iko na PX, upitie route iko na PX. Kwa hivyo tutakuja hapa tushikanishe, tunaweza kuja hapa tushikanishe OH. Hizi ndio OH yetu, tumeishikanisha. From there to there tumeishikanisha. Sasa tunataka tuende OH ya kwanza tukipitia njia ya PX. So tutaenda OP plus PX. So OH ya kwanza itakuwa OP plus PX. I hope hiyo mumeona vizuri. OH ya kwanza imekuwa OP plus PX. Wacha tuite OH1 juu tumeambiwa tu express mara mbili. Express or write down different expression for OH. Two different expressions. So ya kwanza itakuwa OH tuite 1 is equal to OP ni P plus OH. Ndo hii plus OH. So we have plus minus KP plus 5/6 KQ. So plus minus is the same as minus. Is the same as minus. Juu hapa ilikuwa plus then pale ni minus. So hii ndo itakuwa expression ya kwanza ya OH. Expression ya pili ya OH tuite OH2 tupitie route ya QH. Tupitie route ya QH. Route ya QH tutakuja hapa. Tutapitia njia gani? OQ QH. So itakuwa OQ plus QH. Na tukifanya hivyo tutakuwa na OH yetu ya pili. I hope umeandika hiyo OQ plus QH. So OH yetu ya pili itakuwa nini? OQ ni Q plus QH ni nini? Ni plus minus. Plus minus becomes minus. I hope you can understand. So itakuwa minus RQ plus 2/5 RP. Hiyo ndio itatupatia the second expression of OH. So expression zetu za OH ndio hizo zote mbili. Unapata marks mbili. Na ukiangalia una confirm, is it in form of P, Q and K, Q P and R. Yes. So tumemaliza hizo mbili. Swali la pili Roman 2 linasema find the values of K and R. Find the values of K and R. Find the values of K and R. Sasa hapa tunaenda na venye swali linasema. Already tuko na OHs mbili. There is no difference between these OHs and these OHs. Both of them are OHs. There is no difference. So the fact that there is no difference, we are going to equate the two OHs. And once we equate the two OHs, we are going to do what? We are going to determine the value of K and the value of P. So what we are going to do, we will take P minus KP plus 5/6 KQ is equal to Q minus RQ plus 2/5 of RP plus 2/5 of RP. That is what we are going to do. Haya, I hope you have understood. Tumeequate hizo OQ mbili. We've equated the two OH vectors. Can you see that? So have you understood? Hapo tumefika. Are you understanding? Niambieni hapo tumefika. So tuta express hizo weights mbili. Sasa to proceed. This question is quite hata haina tofauti na zenye tulifanya jana. The only difference is you are told to express OHs in two ways. Na nimewaonyesha venye unafaa ku express OHs in two ways. Unafaa utumie zile mbili ambazo umeequate pale ziko na H, ziko na K na R. Hizo mbili ndizo unafaa kutumia. So let us continue. So what we are going to do in this case now, we will now put the right terms together, and the right terms we said are in terms of vectors. So we can start with P. Anything with P, we take it and put it together. So we have P there. We have P here minus KP, hakuna P hapa, is equals to, we take another one with P, which is 2/5 RP. So tumechukua P kwanza, we deal with what has P. And once we take the ones with P, I think we can now split our board into two. So we will now factorize P outside and be left with 1 minus K, because P times 1 is P and P times K is KP, or P times negative K is minus KP, is equals to, we take P outside and we are left with 2/5 of R. Once we have that, we can cancel P and we are left with 1 minus K is equal to 2/5 R. Is equal to 2/5 R. So from here, what you do now, we can take K to the other side so that it becomes positive, and we can bring this to the other side so that we have K on one side. It's more simpler to make K the subject because it does not require any simplifying. So we will now have 1 minus 2/5 R is equals to k. So this one we can call it our equation 1, because we cannot solve for r or k in the meantime. So what we now do, we will now proceed to the second right term. The second right term is q. So for q we have 5/6 kq is equal to q minus rq. Q minus rq. So in this situation, we will factorize q again. And once we factorize q again, we are going to take q out and have 5/6k is equals to, we factor q out again and have 1 minus r. 1 minus r. Why? Because q times 5/6k is 5/6kq. Q times 1 is q. Q times negative r is equal to negative qr or rq. So we cancel q and q and we are left with 5/6k is equal to 1 minus r. So in this case, we can still make r the subject. So 5/6k is equals to 1 minus r. So if we decide to make k the subject here, we will multiply by 6/5, and we also multiply everything here with 6/5. Once we multiply, we cancel everything and we are left with k is equals to 6/5 times 1 is equal to 6/5 minus 6/5 times r, it will be equal to 6/5 r. So that will be the second expression of k, which we can call equation 2. So with those two, we will have this part. And proceed. This one is k and this one is also k. So with two k's, it simply means k is equal to k. There is no difference. K and k is the same. So by having k and k the same, we can say 1 minus 2/5r is equals to 6/5 minus 6/5r. Because this is the value of k, which is this one, and this is the value of k, which is this one. So we can equate the two so that we can be able to determine the value of r. So in this case, you now put the right terms together. You can bring r this side and you can take this one the other side. So we will have negative 2/5r. Then we add 6/5r, because hii ikikuja huku itakuwa positive. Negative 6/5, when it comes to this side, it becomes positive, is equal to 6/5. When we take this on the other side, it will be minus 1. Minus 1. And once it becomes like that, we are now going to do what? What is minus 2/5r plus 6/5? This will be equal to 4/5r is equal to 6/5 minus 1. What is 6/5 minus 1? 6/5 minus 1. 1 is the same as 5/5. Let me write it like that. I know you have calculators, but 1 is the same as 5/5, so it will give us 1/5. So it will be 1/5. 1/5. So 6/5 minus 1 is the same as 1/5. So what we are going to do, tugawanye hivyo. So we will proceed here. So we now have 4/5. R is equal to 1/5. For us to be left with R, we will multiply by 5/4, and we will multiply here by 5/4. And once we multiply by 5/4, by 5/1, by 5/1, by 4/1, by 4/1, we'll be left with RS by 5/1 by 5/1. Our R will be equivalent to a quarter. When we get our R as a quarter, we can now be able to get our K. And since we can be able to get our K, we can use either this equation or this equation to find the value of K. any can do. So we can decide to rub here, rub this part, and when we rub this part, we can use this one. 1 minus 2 over 5r is equals to k. And our r is a quarter. Our r is a quarter. So 1 minus 2 over 5 multiplied by a quarter is equal to k. We have substituted the value of r with a quarter so that we can find k. So we will have 1 minus 2 over 5 times 1 over 4. It will be equivalent to 2 over 20 is equal to k. So 2 over 20 is the same as 1 over 10. So 1 minus 1 over 10 is equal to k. So our k will be equal to 1 minus 1 over 10. That will be equal to 9 over 10. It will be equal to 9 over 10. So our k is 9 over 10. And our r is a quarter. Our k is 9 over 10. And our r is a quarter. Our r is a quarter. So we are going to do the last part of that question. Determine the ratio in which x divides mq. Determine the ratio in which x divides mq. In which x divide mq. Determine the ratio in which x divides line m and q. So that is what we are going to do. I think because I've already rubbed the diagram, I'll have to redraw the diagram again so that we can be able to determine that ratio. So k is 9 over 10, r is a quarter. Note that k is 9 over 10, r is a quarter. K is 9 over 10 while r is a quarter. So our triangle was like this. O M P Q and X. So tumeambiwa find the ratio in which X divides MQ. X divides line MQ. So tutarudi kwa ile ambayo ilikuwa na mahali kuna Q na X. Kuna ratio ilikuwa inasema ratio, kuna statement ilikuwa inasema QX is equal to RQM. Just hapo kwa B. Given that PX is KPN and QX is RQM. QX is RQM. So what does that mean? QX is equal to RQM. And we have already determined our R. So we will take our R and tuweke hapa. So our QX will be equal to, our R is a quarter of QM. QM. So we will rely on this. So once we rely on that, tutakuja hapa tuseme QX from Q to X, it is a quarter of the whole of it, QM. So if from here to here is a quarter of the whole, the remaining part definitely must be 3 over 4. Because remember, the whole ratio must be equal to 1. So if QX alone is a quarter of QM, it means this one is a quarter and the rest is 3/4. And if the rest is 3/4, it means that for us to get the ratio, so we now have MX is to HQ. MX is to HQ is 3 over 4 is to 1 over 4. But we cannot give our ratio in form of a fraction. And since our denominators are 4, both of them, that means our LCM is 4. So we will multiply by 4, and 4 with 4 will simplify. And we will be left with the ratio of MX is to HQ is in the ratio of 3:1. 3:1. That is the ratio. That is the ratio in which X divides MQ. So you see QX is R QM. Our R is a quarter. So from Q to X is a quarter of the whole of it. So if this is a quarter, definitely the remaining part is a 3/4. Why? Because the ratio must add up to 1. It must add up to 1. So if this is 3/4 is to 1/4, we cancel the denominators. Or we simplify the denominators to get 3:1. And by doing that, you get 10 marks in that question. That was it. So we are done. I had already given you an assignment on linear inequalities. Keep doing more questions on vectors, and I believe you will become perfect. So what we are going to do now, because we've come to the end of our lesson, I said that my contact is +254 0742 090825. You can WhatsApp me through that number in case you are in need of my services and my tutorials. Also, we rebranded ourselves to Top Grade Academy because we believe we will now be teaching more than mathematics. I'm planning in the course of this week to go through the chemistry examination that was done last year. That is chemistry paper 1. Chemistry paper 1 2025. I want to live stream and do that paper here, so that learners, you can be able to understand on what was assessed, and we can also be able to predict. So tell a friend to tell a friend, communicate with your fellow peers so that they can be able to enroll in class, and we learn as we prepare for KCSE 2026. For the sake of those private students who have never sat for KCSE before, who are in desperate need of sitting for KCSE before 2027, remember the 844 curriculum is ending at 2027. If they are interested in being taught and also being helped on how to register for KCSE that is coming 2027, Top Grade Academy is here to help you. This is a position or a point where we turn confusion into confidence. So I want to wish you a blessed evening, a blessed night, until we meet in our next lesson. Thank you.